right, so I wanted to take a few minutes and talk a little bit more about the house that we're building in our backyard. Um, this is a drawing from our architect, John Moores, and I'm about to show you his contact information. He is fantastic. I cannot say enough wonderful things about John. This is what the tiny house, or um, most of you guys know, but for permitting purposes, is called an ADU, or an accessory dwelling unit. So this is what the plan is, what it's going to look like. I wanted to also show the interior view from the bird's eye view. So on the bottom floor on this right side is going to be where my makerspace art studio is going to live. We'll have the HVAC over here, and that's kind of all we're building out right now. We're doing this in two phases, with the idea being just to we financed the first part of it. It added a couple $100s a month to our mortgage. We just refied and got a new mortgage. And with the idea that we'll just pay for the rest of it, as we earn the money instead of borrowing the whole thing. This is where Mike's office will be, which I'm currently sitting in on our inside of our 3-bedroom, 3-bath home. We will now be transferring that to the backyard. And then the top floor, it'll go up and have this lofted area that eventually will become a kitchen. But for the future will be a kids hangout. And in this area on the left above the office is going to be like a little weight workout room for the kids and for us. But so here is John's contact information right here. He's with Elan Vital Design Group. And Brian Rivers was recommended by him, our structural engineer, who has done great work for us as well. We have some tricky parts. If you notice back on the front of the house, on the left side is going to be double French doors on top of each other, and that in particular is a little bit tricky. And then the garage door is going to be tricky too, because it goes at a side angle rather than, like a normal garage door, because it's lofted. So we have these really fun challenges that John and Brian, and also our builder, Justin Gray, who's with Friends Group, have worked really hard to be savvy about. So from a timeline perspective, this was something that was really completely mysterious to me when I first started this process. But just to give you an idea, we are going super slow compared to how you could blow through this if you really had the time to put into it. Well, let's see, I contacted Justin from the Facebook group in my neighborhood. He did like a little shed in someone's backyard, and they just, post, I think, or he might have even commented on somebody's shed and said, I do things like that. So I just sent him a private message. He and I talked in about June of 2020, like right after all the lockdown was kind of coming. People were starting to go back in the world. We had decided, we really needed to expand our living space. We had been looking at houses. So we just, out of curiosity, contacted Justin to see what that could look like for us. By October of that fall, we had decided to move forward, and spoke with John, our architect, on October 29th, 2020 for the first time, and started kind of building our ideas. We had no idea what we really wanted that space to look like. So he was really helpful to talk us through that. We wanted to apply for a variance to see if we could go really far back in our backyard, all the way kind of 5 feet in. That was not a really good use of time. And so we wound up kind of burning through, getting prepared for that in January, burning through that by April. We were kind of done with the variance process. I would not recommend it. I can give you more information. if you're just going wanting to build into the setback.